My name is Meghan and I work for the Canadian Red Cross's RespectEd Violence and Abuse Prevention Program. Our target group is pretty broad, actually. It definitely is the end user of the work that we do is definitely children and youth, but we work in prevention education, so we work with youth and adults to equip them with prevention education tools to do prevention of violence within their own communities. We see so much success with our entire youth facilitator program, which is called Beyond the Hurt, Bullying and Harassment Prevention. So what Beyond the Hurt is, a Red Cross trainer works with youth in high school to become youth facilitators. So they go in over the course of 2 days of training and they work with them on the issue and developing, a deeper understanding of bullying as an issue, healthy relationships, the way that power plays such a role in bullying dynamics and labeling, stereotyping, all the stuff that is at play there. But then they also work with them in terms of equipping those youth with skills for facilitation and group facilitation and public speaking. So it's this really cool chance for them to not only become stewards of the issue, but they also get to sort of become community leaders and community educators. And so after they are educated and they go through their training, they actually go out and they do prevention education with younger kids, so usually grade 6, 7 students. So we use a peer-to-peer model where they are actually having those conversations and running the workshop with the younger students. It's a much more effective model than me going in and having that conversation. We know that kids at that time are at a very vulnerable moment before they're transitioning into high school. It's a really cool opportunity for our older youth to be able to say, be mentors for younger youth and also kind of outline their expectations around how we treat each other when we move into high school, because usually it's like a feeder school that they're working with. So those youth are actually going to be coming to their school in the next few years. So we actually have done that program throughout the province, and we've worked with 568 youth facilitators. So we have a pretty good army of young people out there who are doing that work. Those youth have reached probably collectively, because they have an expectation of doing at least 2 workshops, and a lot of them do a lot more than that. So they've reached over 28,000 youth in the province, which is pretty incredible. And that's actually just one of our violence prevention education programs that we offer. So I think just as a collective, it's been a massive success. We definitely have cool things happening in specific schools, where they're going that extra step. And we had kids in Surrey actually working during Pink Shirt Week here in BC. Well, there's a day, but it kind of expands into a week. Speaking with in front of the Premier and the Education Minister at a forum. So really actually having a legitimate voice in public policy, which is pretty incredible. We are lucky enough to be able to have sort of our network of both youth facilitators and what we call prevention educators, so adults that we train through different programs who are out there, who are our frontline people really, who are taking the knowledge and the training that they get through a RespectEd program and taking that message into community. And that's the point. We're trying to just be a tool for communities to use for their own needs and to respond to their own needs. We like to talk about being collaborative and working together, but I would love to see that in practice a lot more than we do. And I think that came up in a lot of our discussions today, where everybody wants that. So we really need to find more productive ways of actually using each other and being resources for one another, not competing for, although it's hard because we are set up to compete in our funding structures. But yeah, I just like to see a lot more collaboration like we had today, a chance to do, and being able to partner and not reinvent the wheel when we already have programs that are doing similar things. How do we collaborate and be a stronger program collectively? I am really impressed with the participant-led format. So I wasn't sure how that was going to go, and now I have a ton of faith in that process after seeing it. And yeah, just people really do step up, and they know what they want to talk about, they know what they need, and they know what they're looking for out of, like, whether it's their networking opportunities or what they need in their practice, what they're missing. So I think that's like my biggest takeaway, that actually putting the direction of a event or a conference in the hands of the participants with a little bit of structure, just a little bit of guidance, really does promote like some of the most fruitful dialogue that I've heard in a long time.